from Brighton, where Philip and I are about to have a Christmassy adventure. Yesterday we explored the grandeur of the Royal Pavilion. Today's going to be a little different. We've come down to the beach itself to start because nothing screams British Christmas quite as much as dressing up like an Arctic explorer and standing on a freezing cold beach with a hot chocolate in a gale. I'm here with Philip and my friend the elusive Nick, and you might wonder why we've come to a pebble beach in December to celebrate Advent. We're actually all here because last night we went to the 50th birthday party of one of our best friends from university. So we're all convened on Brighton, but we are making the most of it to have a very British lead up to Christmas. And as those of you who watched yesterday's vlog will know, Brighton is historically a place where royalty spent Christmas. The Prince Regent had his extraordinary Christmas ball here, and Queen Victoria came for several Christmases, travelling around Brighton in her sleigh, driven by Prince Albert. Trudging along the Pebble Beach is a slightly less glamorous way to get around, but every bit as bracing. We've been walking along the seafront and we stopped at this gorgeous little shack just selling cold drinks, because that's what you need today, and oysters and cold seafood. And weirdly, we thought that was a really good idea because Nick and I used to have cockles on the beach when we were children, and I haven't had cockles, well, probably for 40 years. Most of you might know them from the song, singing cockles and mussels alive, alive, oh. Luckily, these are not alive, so I'm going to give it a try. Oh, it's been so many years. That is the taste of the sea. Slightly gritty, little bit of sand in there, exactly the way you want them. Don't even think about going for these cockles, sir. Nick looks very happy with his cockles and his sea view. They good, Nick? Mm-hmm. There's the Grand Hotel where Philip and I had our traditional afternoon tea yesterday. This morning started a little different. Cockles and hot chocolate. Breakfast of champions. Oh no! We're going to have to cancel that morning swim I'd planned. That might be enough morning exercise for now. We're going to head into Brighton itself, into its historic heart, the twisting alleyways of the lanes, to do a spot of Christmas shopping. We're in the lanes, the oldest quarter in Brighton. Back in the 1500s, long before Brighton became a royal playground, these streets were the heart of Brightonston, a humble fishing village. And the fishermen would live here and walk down, well, the 2-minute walk to the sea, to their boats. They'd haul their fishing nets back up here to repair them. There are so many little gift shops along here, and it's incredibly festive and pretty. Best specialist and collectible shop in Britain, family trader since the reign of King George. So, a 2,500-year-old Chinese sword?
I've actually got that.
But
do you not have
not
a
the
matching
sword.
belt? Oh, yes.
You do need the hat. 1520s Italian breastplate armour. You never know when it's going to come in handy. There's the Prince Regent, whose home we saw yesterday, and I reckon if he was alive today, that probably is the way he would be dressing, actually. He loved a bit of bling. I don't know what you're looking at in the window, but I can't imagine anything's as cute as your headgear right now.
I had to do something.
Oh, it is cute.
Isn't that drop with the tree as well?
That makes me think of Wendy's beautiful houses.
Yes.
Christmas donkey is also very cute and very cheerful. Donkeys rarely look that cheerful. I love the little origami bird chopstick holders. They are adorable.
I like them, they're very cute.
And this glass that may make you wonder if you've had too many whiskies before you've even had your first.
This one's very nice.
So it's lovely by a bedside, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's
Your
not
little
my
glass
style.
built in.
Really, really pretty.
No, none of this is quite right for Lalande, but I love it. And then I always start fantasising about the
Different
minimalist household. I've never seen a pestle and mortar like that.
It's really clever. It's
Yeah,
quite-
actually, pretty elegant too.
And it's quite good for your hand.
Marie would think of it. Really nice. I never thought I would get excited about a ruler, but this is the prettiest ruler. Looks three-dimensional. It's almost flat, just slightly raised so that you don't smudge any ink. That's beautiful for any desk. Well, this looks Christmassy. Let's have a look in here. Ooh, Philip. Pink poodle tree.
Oh, we do need that.
Critical for our bedroom, I think.
Is that an itchy?
I think it might be a dragon
dragon fruit.
fruit. Duck. Oh,
My goodness.
blue tit.
Adorable. I've seen the names.
Felt so good. Oh, that's really good. It's very Brighton, that one. That's how I felt on the beach this morning. Love that one. I'm just wondering about the mind that invented this one. Tiger in disguise for a costume party.
Well, I have seen a lot of bong shops around here.
May explain it. It's impossible not to feel in the Christmas spirit in Brighton today. I like this tree with just simple red berries and little icicles.
It's nice.
Oh, it's so pretty. I love the packaging of Ortigia bath products. I have some of their bath salts at home, and I think more for the packaging than anything else. Look at this one of Venice. I mean, look at these mugs. They're absolutely beautiful. This is easily Philip's favourite thing in the shop.
That's really nice.
Utterly adorable.
I think for £32, this is a bargain. It's going to have.
Is that 32?
Yeah, I know.
Actually, I'm quite impressed. It is very big.
56 or something, but it's 32. So I think we get that. And a nice cake stand.
Is this just an excuse for you to use a cake stand at Christmas?
No. We'll use them anyway. But I think this is going to be nice, give it some height. And I love these matching mice. I might get a couple of those as well.
So this is the beginning of the Lalande Christmas decorations, 24 coming together. We've got to the part where the lanes lead down to the sea, and we think we're going to go and have a spot of lunch. We've come to Riddle and Finn's Champagne and Oyster Bar, though I doubt we'll be having either champagne or oysters. I love feeling warm, but seeing the blustery sea outside.
So I think I finally nailed down what I'm going to do for the Christmas table. Those mice really inspired me.
So we're looking browns, rustic,
Well, we're going to be looking really
creatures.
white. It's going to be like a forest.
enchanted
Snowy
forest.
forest.
Actually, I love the idea of loads of Christmas trees.
So I think we
there
should
as
maybe
well.
do. Oh, we could do that if we've got
A proper
spare.
enchanted forest.
If we don't have enough spare, we should get little ones on the table. We've got those white ones as well. They look great.
I have local scallops with sesame, soy, coriander, all my favourite things. And Philip has a dressed crab. No, that looks really good, Philip. I might help you with that. Cheers. A good festive day in Brighton. Nothing says festive season quite like a dirty martini for lunch.
With vegetables.
Ah, thank you. I like the way you're looking at this.
Some of these lanes are so narrow that you can touch both sides at the same time, which is a reminder that they weren't built for horses and carriages and commerce. They were built for fishermen running from their houses to their boats, bringing their nets back for repairing.
So never for jewellery.
You can't imagine it wasn't always jewellery here. Philip's having a fabulous time looking in all of the windows.
The shops are all decorated for Christmas. I think this one wins so far, though, doesn't it? It's incredibly pretty.
I've just seen a ring that is really cool. I've never seen anything like it. You see the one with like the bow on top and then the sapphire?
Oh, it's really pretty, but actually,
interesting.
I think I prefer the one in front of it. Do you know what that reminds me of?
One of your aunt's brooches?
Playmobil bouquet.
It does.
You know what I mean? The little three flowers together, different colours.
It's a bit more expensive
Just a bit pricier. Most of the lanes are jewellery shops. Now, we're not looking for jewellery, but it's quite fun. Speak for yourself. I'm really enjoying looking at the other things, like these silver-plated boxed nutcrackers. That's very Christmassy, isn't it? Do not buy me nutcrackers for Christmas. I like them, but not that much. And I love the little toast rack. It's so small. It's like a toast rack for one. Perfect for breakfast in bed. Maybe you could get me a year's supply of breakfast in bed for Christmas.
I think that reaction was a no.
Yes, we're definitely in the jewellery district. So this isn't really Christmas shopping sort of area. This is more big outlay like engagement rings sort of area. Philip can look at jewellery. I've just spotted Truffle World. Oh, yes, please. It is a heaven of truffle. Where to start? So this is summer black truffle. Okay, I'm going to try this one. And this one is the truffle pesto. I've chosen the olive tapenade with truffle.
Yeah, there's
and
tiny bit anchovy in it. It's
Ooh,
okay.
I love that.
Yeah,
Absolutely love it.
Very foodie choice.
And truffle powder. Is there salt in this one? Is
Yes,
salt?
dry truffle. Yes, salt,
Amazing. See, that'll be a good thing to travel around with. Whenever there's a truffle emergency, you've got it with you.
We've just met a lovely viewer with her family who went into the truffle shop as well. And she said that she uses this with a little bit of parmesan on her chips. And apparently it's divine. So
Yeah, I had to try the moment she told us about it.
Or do you think it's going to be for now?
I think it might be for now, hun.
There are so many gorgeous antique brooches. That star is so beautiful.
If that is original case, I'd be coming home.
with or without its original case. I don't think we can afford that one.
Good point. Let's take to auctions.
I must say there are very few brooches. They're really out of fashion. Philip, you've got to up your efforts.
Bringing the back. Look, I've already converted Stephen. I've converted Simon.
I know,
Emery a little bit.
but one man at a time, it's too slow. All this window shopping has built up quite an appetite. It may no longer be the days where it's served in newspaper. The most important thing is the malt vinegar and, of course, the salt. Oh, it looks good. I didn't go for fish. I've gone for scampi, which is one of my absolute favourites. Look at that little beauty.
But although we're sitting somewhere lovely and warm, this is not the full experience. This isn't where we're going to eat this meal. We're going to go and be in the cold, biting wind for the full British seaside feel.
There is something gloriously British about eating hot fish and chips on a freezing cold beach in December. When we get back to France, winter dining is all going to be about snuggling in the dining room with gourmet French food and the fire lit, Marie's wonderful dishes on the table. But this is also part of my childhood Christmas traditions, and I'm glad I'm getting the chance to enjoy it today. Well, we can't end a Christmassy day in Brighton without a visit to its iconic Palace Pier.
Built in 1899, it was one of those crazy feats of Victorian engineering. It stretches 525 metres into the sea. That's nearly 2 Eiffel Towers lying down flat. Because what the Victorians thought when they looked out at the endless sea was what that needs is a ballroom on stilts.
Back in those days when people came to visit Brighton, they would use the pier every single day to go for their bracing walk, come wind or shine, summer or winter. So it feels absolutely fitting that we're wrapped up and going for a walk on it tonight. This is very naughty because we've just had fish and chips, but I saw donuts. And it is so rare to find freshly made donuts.
They used to be everywhere when I was a child, but now I can never find a freshly made donut. So let's forget the fish and chips. That never happened. I'm about to have a donut as well.
That's got to be healthy, hasn't it? Yeah. Surely. What is the point of being in the British seaside without that? Have I mentioned that I'm very happy right now? And doesn't that look festive? It looks like snow on the donuts. Well, we had fish and chips on the beach, so it's going to be donuts on the pier. At night, the pier becomes even more magical. Over 60,000 lights transform it into what looks like a floating festival. It is gloriously over the top, which is exactly what you want from a pleasure pier. Even in December, the arcade is alive with the sound of Victorian-style penny machines and modern games. And in fact, these were the only ones that I was allowed to play when I was a child at the arcade. I was only allowed to do the ones with the 2 pence. And in fact, there's something wonderfully nostalgic about seeing children today playing exactly the same games that have been played for decades. We're changing a £10 note for £1 coins. We will then take one of those magnificent £1 coins and we are going to change it for 2 pence coins, with which we are going to make a fortune in the coin machines. But that involves finding the one that's ripest for the plucking. We've allowed ourselves £1, which is actually cheaper than a donut, so not too bad. We didn't have the ones where you put a whole little stack to go in one go when I was a child, and I was rarely allowed to even use the ones where you put 1 2 pence in, so this would definitely have been banned. Here we go. Oh, and then they go. I don't think I'm very good at this. Oh yes! Tuppence back. I'm in profit, right? Oh, it came out suddenly. Just suddenly, loads more. Oh my god, it's a bonanza. Grab Philip, we're moving to the Bahamas. It's spewed out not only most of its tuppences, but also tickets. What do the tickets mean?
What's for getting toys?
Save your tickets for bigger and better prizes.
15 minutes later, we are still having fun with 2 pences from that £1 that we changed in the first place. Our £1 game has resulted in 15 tickets, but we don't know what the tickets mean. However, we found a ticket station where apparently we can feed tickets in if something happens. push for receipts.
We have found the merchandise counter and we can exchange our tickets for anything here.
I say anything, but it turns out that 15 will give us either a pencil or a lollipop. What do you reckon? Pencil? Lollipop? Oh, we'll have a look and then try and decide.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present our hard-earned Christmas pencil. I'm calling it Christmas pencil even though it has quite a lot of fish and starfish on it. Oh, and an octopus. This is going home to Antoine. Excellent idea, Nick. There you go, Antoine. You may not have been able to join us, but do not fear, you have the world's greatest pencil coming your way. It's funny because it's easy to take the pier for granted, but really we are just walking out over the waves. And there's something quite wonderful about that. There are all sorts of stalls selling souvenirs, though it may not surprise all of you to know that they don't have Galahad. The Victorian Carousel could not be more perfect for this Victorian pier. But the Horror Hotel feels right too. Oh, Helter Skelter. I remember the days when I used to go on the Helter Skelters at the fair. We all find this ride strangely tempting, but we don't think we could fit into the cars and buses, and it could be a bit embarrassing to try. It's important to be thankful for small mercies in life, and right now my small mercy is that after the amount of fish and chips and donuts I've just had, I am not on that ride. It's a strange mix of complete madness around all the games and arcades, and total tranquility walking along the sea with the lights of Brighton in the distance. Tomorrow, Philip and I are heading to London, but I must say that Brighton's unique and strange mix of grandeur alongside seaside fun, history and whimsy has been the perfect beginning to our Advent adventure, or as Philip will say, our adventure. It kills me every time I say it. Join us tomorrow to see what London has in store for us this Christmas. I can't wait to find out. Lots and lots of love to all of you from Brighton.